Welcome back. And today we're going to talk about safe campgrounds, RV safety, safe campgrounds. That's what it is. And this is going to be just a short video because of just something I saw online that I thought was worth talking about. And it's about how safe are campgrounds. I've been going through Facebook and I've been going on YouTube and I've seen one story after another where people are telling horror stories about unsafe campgrounds. And that just hasn't been our experience. With 3 exceptions, we have found campgrounds and other places we say to be extremely safe. The camping world is just a good community, in my opinion. This all came about when I saw a post about Starlink. That's something we use. And in the post, someone was asking, how do you keep your Starlink from being stolen? And there's lots of things people do, from chaining them up, permanently mounted on the roof, or using a pole. We've done some of all of these. But in the end, I just posted, we just leave ours on the ground. And we haven't had any trouble all across the country. No one's taken it, and even if they did, it would be dead to them. That because the satellite in itself isn't any good if you don't have the receiver. Then someone responded to that post and said, well, you know, meth heads don't know that, and they'll steal anything. At that point, I started to think, where are you camping that you're worried about meth heads? Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are thieves everywhere. There are probably meth heads everywhere, and your stuff can get stolen from anywhere. People have had stuff stolen from campgrounds. I know it happens. I've never had it happen. And it's something I just really haven't concerned myself about. I've had that Starlink for so many years now. If someone stole it, it would just be a good chance to upgrade. But I started thinking, when have I had bad experiences? And I could only think of 3. And really, something only happened with one of those. The other 2 were perceived. And that first one was our one and only time to do a Walmart overnight. Now, we've done Cracker Barrel overnights, we've done Bass Pro Shop overnights, we've done Truck Stop overnights, we've done all sorts of overnights. But one day, we decided to do a Walmart. Now, the reason we were doing this one is because there had been a bad storm and it really slowed down traffic and we weren't gonna make it to our harvest host on time. So we called Walmart in Vermont and said, can we pull in and spend the night there? This was gonna work well for us because I also needed to buy some stuff at Walmart. The manager said, sure, but he told me where to park. We got there, Walmart wasn't even closed yet, and we go to park where he told us to, which required us to go on a curve and kind of drive straight forward. And unfortunately, our headlights were on a truck or a camper van. Well, that person in the camper van was not appreciative of our headlights. Now keep in mind, Walmart was open. He got out and screamed at us while we were getting in our camper. Then he turned his truck around and shined his lights on us, which did nothing because we had blackout lights. But then he pulled up next to our RV, right up to the sides, and started going back and forth with his truck, revving up his engine and yelling profanity. My son was young at the time, and he was scared to death. I didn't want to go out there and get into a confrontation when I had my young son with me. Who knows what this crazy person has going on? So I quickly got my son. We got back in the car to leave, and he chased us, would not block us from leaving Walmart. We had to call the police. I couldn't believe it. The police came and took care of it. Then said, you could sleep here if you want. But we didn't want to at that time. We moved on. And we actually ended up driving through the night. Not the safest thing. But I'll tell you, there are some crazy people out there. But generally, that's not what happens. The next one's very similar. We had a spot we were going to stay that night, and something happened to it, and they had to cancel. They had some sort of malfunction with their equipment, and there wasn't going to be any electricity. It was really hot. We needed electricity. So we booked a last-minute spot, and we were just going to pull through, spend the night, and go. Not a big deal, and it served perfect for that. Unfortunately, right next to us was a truck with a camper shell and a mattress in back that was accepting services all night long. There was a female worker in the back of the truck camper van, and I'm not sure if it was just services she was providing her clientele, but I think there was also probably some drugs involvement, and we couldn't wait to get out of there, and we'll never go back there again. I'll tell you how to avoid that in the future. Third one was in North Dakota, and once again, we were going to stay at a harvest host related to an event we were going to in North Dakota, or a location we were going to where they let you host. But there wasn't any electricity or anything like that, and it had gotten kind of warm, and we wanted the electricity, and they recommended a campground to us. So we drove down the road, and we went to that campground, and as we pulled in, it looks like there was a lot of campers there, but they had all been sitting there a long time. It didn't look like they ever moved. There was no sign of life. As I parked and looked, I could have sworn I saw a curtain move from one of the campers, like one of those horror movies, and it really looked spooky. Nothing had happened to us. The owner came out and talked to us, really nice guy, but gave some unusual feeling vibes. And I remember telling my wife, we're going to wake up and our distributor cap is going to be cut. And then the next day, the bridge is going to be up. There's going to be a reason we can't leave here. I've read these Stephen King books before. This is one of those places you check in but not out. And it was just a spooky feeling. There was nothing wrong. No one did anything wrong. It just wasn't well kept. It was kind of junky. It looked like nothing had actually moved in there in a very, very long time. It wasn't upkept or anything. But we told the kids not to sleep near the windows, and the next morning we left early. And that was it. Those 3 times. Not any other problems. Now, what do we do to make sure where we go to is safe? 1, I like to go places friends have gone, so I know what it's like. So I often ask my friends, my RV community, whether it's on WhatsApp or Facebook. The second thing is I use RV Parky. And I go to RV Parky and I look through there and I read the reviews. And there are certain key things I look for in those reviews that tell me that's not a campground I want to go to. My main focus is that it's level, and if it has utilities, that the utilities are reliable, and primarily, the number one thing, that it's safe. For overnight stays, I really don't care about road noise and all that stuff. So I just go through the reviews and read them real quick before we book something. I've said it on here before, we don't really plan too far ahead, so a lot of times we're doing this while we're driving down the road. One of us will be reading reviews for a camp stop up the road or a harvest host, and we'll stay there. And we do this with everything. We check RV Parky for the Cracker Barrels. We check it for the other overnight stops. We also look at the harvest host reviews before we do harvest host. And we find that has been pretty reliable. But in return, we leave a review because that will help the next person that's going to stay there. But like I said, it has been mainly positive. We really just haven't had any negative experience. We've stayed at fabulous places all across the country. State parks, county parks, city parks, private parks, luxury resorts. We've stayed at them all, and we've just had really good experience in all the places we've stayed, all over North America. We've only had these 3 experiences. But I will say, if we pull up somewhere and it doesn't look safe, I'm just going to back out and keep going. There's no point in staying somewhere you don't feel comfortable. I just don't think it'd be wise to stay somewhere you didn't feel safe for yourself or your family. And, you know, it'd look ridiculous if someone in my position was trying to be all tough and act tough so they could stay somewhere that they didn't think was safe. And what would that look like?
This doesn't look right. Whoa! We put the wrong KOA. This ain't the kind of pleasure that we like to sustain. Those dudes that pop up, they look like they just got out of lock-up. Staring this way, we're gonna have to look tough if we wanted to stay. Look at me, I'm a crazy 4-season RV. This ain't no Class A pulling a Beamer. It's an F350 with dualies in the back, because when I'm going down the road, I like to keep it stacked. I'm a certified RV and badass. My license doesn't even have a class. You don't know me, but you want to be me. At Taco Bell, the sign says take 3 sauces, but I take 5. It means nothing to me to tell that type of lie. Then I use the Coke fill to fill up my water-only cup. That's right, I'm that corrupt. I even exaggerate my basis to cheat on my capital gains taxes. That doesn't even rhyme. It's just another crime. I'm sitting 35 pounds on the payload until I burn a few gallons going down the road. Driving right past the weigh stations doesn't even give me hesitation. You probably think it's gross not to have gloves on, but that's how I roll into the dump station. I made an RV video on Internet Nomad. I got 2 copyright strikes cause it was RV so sad. I'm that bad. They don't know me. They just want to be me. I'm a certified RV badass. Though my driver's license is only a C class. Driving down the road, running propane. Got people thinking I'm insane. Yo, I carry a full tank of water. I never dump it. I don't even bother. I don't even have a TPM, man. Are my tires blowing out? I don't know. It's anybody's guess. I'm a certified RV badass. Oops, I just backed up on the grass. I guess I should have booked the pull through. Oh, now it's too late. What can I do? Oh, just my luck. Now it's those guys in the pop-up. They're coming over here to help me back up. I guess they're good guys. Not sure why everybody's believing those lies.